And even today, where it's at least 50% of our population seems to be polarized between pro-Marcos and pro-Duterte, and around 40% are independent. It's a recipe for a very dynamic election. No? But we feel top 8 will be solid, more or less secure. We also feel that the probability of the Alianza winning 8 senatorial candidates is very high. So Alianza will not just win, they will win big. That's the first image.
This is Truth on the Line. Sa ngayon, of course, ang focus ng lahat, ilang araw na lang election na, and we understand Okta is coming out with one final pre-election survey.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, we're coming out. We promised the media and our people, our kababayans, one more election survey. And we were able to get enough resources to have a 1,200 respondent survey from April 20 to 24. Yeah. What seems to be clear is that it's a tight race. Looking at the fill-out rate, meaning the rate of how much is filled out by our voters, no? Kasi the survey is nationwide, but we only interviewed those who intend to vote and those who are registered voters. So this is the body of voters that will come out on May 12, no, to vote for various candidates in the midterm elections of 2025. And yung fill out rate is kind of low, averaging 5 to 7 names pa lang. So there could be many indications about this. People are strategically voting. People are looking at name recall and choosing candidates they know. Only because those are the people they know, or that they're still studying. No, when you look at the fill out rate now, only 40% of our population can fill out 12 names. Most 60% can, on the average, fill out between parang 6 to 8 names. Depending on. So people are either confused, they're still trying to find out. Or they're looking at name recall. Depends on the certain places. Like in Mindanao, you're seeing 5 to 8 on the average over the last 3 cycles of surveys. And maybe they're voting for a slate lang. Or for the rest of the country, they're looking at name recall. People that, that come to mind, and they can only fill out on the average between 5 to 8 names. So there's a lot of things can still happen with that kind of low fill out rate. Which means
undecided sila, no? Undecided sila.
Ang dami pang pwedeng mangyari kasi they might be making the decision on election day na. So which brings in a lot of uncertainty, no? As far as the surveys are concerned. Although surveys are never deterministic naman, Ma'am Ami, there were probability, no? And what we're seeing is that officially, I think all of us in Okta agree na numbers 9, those in rank 9 to 12 are, things could change, meaning they're still vulnerable. And even today, where it's at least 50% of our population seems to be polarized between pro-Marcos and pro-Duterte, and around 40% are independent. It's a recipe for a very dynamic election. No? But we feel top 8 will be solid and more or less secure. We also feel that the probability of the Alianza winning 8 senatorial candidates is very high. So Alianza will not just win, they will win big. That's the first image. Second, we believe right now, based on the data, that there will be 2 candidates from the opposition and likely 2 independents coming in. Ang problema natin, hindi natin alam natin yung isang independent, most likely si Ben Tulfo. Pero yung isa, toss-up, no? Hindi natin alam kung si Willie Revilla yan or si Bam Aquino. Kasi it's really, that spot is really contested by those 2 names in particular. So, yan yung nakikita namin so far. It's going to be tough to call, maybe for me, at personally 10, 11, 12, no? Sa Okta. Kasi those in 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 still have a statistical chance.